What's up, everybody? I'm Goku, and I'm bringing you guys part 5 of what if Goku was born with a universal potential. A quick recap of what happened in the previous video is that Buhan faced off against Goku, who's, of course, Buhan being able to absorb both Gohan, Vegeta, and Piccolo, who are incredibly strong in this timeline, but Goku, being due to him in his universal potential, he was able to pick up with Buhan's power and eventually overpower him with, of course, Slug, but also skill and precision. With this, of course, Goku was proven to be the strongest warrior in the entire multiverse. But of course, after Beerus wakes up, he then decides to try to figure out his strongest rival, the Super Saiyan God. But his premonition is actually changed to a variation of not a Super Saiyan God, but a Universal Saiyan. A Saiyan born with the potential of the universe to be incredibly powerful and strong, to even match the level of the Omni King, if not even more. But of course, these things that this premonition is kind of silly, but he decides to train before coming to Earth. He trains with Whis so he can grow incredibly stronger. Train with Whis for only 20 to 30 years, which will most likely increase his power by a long mile. Beerus will focus on increasing his power and strength and mastering all the techniques he has so he can grow stronger. Of course, when Beerus was able to fully master his Ultra Instinct after training with Whis for a couple of years, and eventually even masters the Kaishin form, alongside utilizing them both together to combine to his Ultra form, which will most likely would have made Beerus even stronger than anything else, even comparable to him to almost one of the weakest angels besides Whis. You could say he's as strong as an angel after his training with Whis, because they have not actually skipped their training but intensive training. Which will most likely would have grown up slightly stronger thanks to Beerus, but it will be not the same increase that he'd get from Goku because of his training. Goku and everyone would have been relaxing by these couple of years, since he had no threat into them to practically even push them farther beyond their limits. But the others will of course continue to train on Earth, and they can use the time chamber so practically can spend much more years training with a little bit less time, so yeah. Of course, when Beerus doesn't arrive on Earth, he's stronger than he was in canon, with only 1% matching his at least 10% of his power, which would mean that Beerus is at least 10 times stronger, if not even a lot more. Of course, Beerus would have decided to challenge Goku, but Goku decided to practically not accept the challenge, and instead practically move it to Vegeta. With Vegeta, of course, accepting the challenge. Of course, Vegeta will be most likely kind of disappointment, but he decides to test out Vegeta's power. Vegeta decides to power up Super Saiyan Blue, decides to not spare Beerus any holding back. With Beerus powering up to 100%, they both were actually even in power, but when Beerus uses Hikashin mode, he actually pushes Vegeta to use his Blue Evolution 3, which is an incredibly strong form that he was able to get. And of course, Beerus is surprised by Vegeta's power, but eventually Vegeta powers up into his Super Saiyan Blue Evolution 4, which is an incredibly strong transformation he was able to achieve when he's training with Whis. Of course, Beerus will be still embarrassed by Vegeta's power, but eventually he will use Ultra Instinct and easily defeat Vegeta. Seemingly, he was still not using his Ultra form. And even when Gohan did manage to challenge Beerus, he was still no match for him, since Beerus only used Ultra Instinct in his full maximum to even defeat Gohan. They was panically interested in Beerus' power and decided to challenge him himself. We will actually be interested in seeing how powerful Beerus is and to see his full power. Goku powered up to his Universal Super Saiyan Blue 3, seemingly as he saw Gohan in his Universal Super Saiyan Blue form was not able to actually scratch Beerus. Remember, if you guys remember, Beerus is even stronger than his canon counterpart by a long mile, so that will most likely make sense that Beerus is strong since he trained with Whis. Goku of course decided to extend the challenge as both him and Beerus decided to fight together. Of course, Beerus decided to actually do a much more interesting challenge to Goku, proclaiming to fuse with Whis so he can give Goku a much more better challenge. Goku decided to accept that as both Beerus and Whis fused into Virus. If you guys are wondering who Virus is, he's practically a fusion between Goku of Beerus and Whis, which is an incredibly powerful fusion that is only used if necessary. Virus would decide to fight Goku and is easily able to overpower him, due to his power being even stronger than every Destroyer and Angels combined, because Beerus is the strongest Destroyer and Whis is one of the strongest Angels. Of course, for those will stay to be stronger than Whis, but Whis is one of the strongest, and not even you could say that he's only third to maybe even second strongest. But due to his training with Goku, Whis became the strongest angel in this timeline, meaning that Whis would be most likely stronger, and the fusion between both of them would have most likely made them almost equivalent to that of the Grand Priest himself. Goku decided to fight out with them at full power, uses his Universal Super Saiyan Blue 3, it fights against them. Seemingly as their battle is incredibly close, but Weirus has the advantage because of his destroyer abilities and the power of Ultra Instinct. Goku is still not grasped on the power of Ultra Instinct, but because of his potential, he will most likely be able to use Ultra Instinct a little bit, so he will most likely be able to dodge without thinking, but he cannot use Ultra Instinct just yet. He's still trying to get the hang of it, but it seems Goku cannot still achieve it. Goku said about Weirus as Weirus will push Goku back, but Goku just smirks, saying to Weirus that he is happy that he is able to push him to this far. It's time for him to show the level that he is not even able to show Whis, a level beyond his Universal Super Saiyan Blue 3. Goku starts to roar as his tail starts to get much more darker shade of blue, and a fur starts to grow on Goku as his top shirt gets blown off. Of course, everyone besides Vegeta just isn't shocked as Vegeta just smiles. Finally, their training has paid off, seeing as Goku now has fully mastered the transformation that Vegeta tried to taught him a long time ago. Now we're moving on a couple of, you could say 2 years to 3 years before Beerus finally woken up and trained. With, of course, Goku and Vegeta trained together. Vegeta would have been using his Super Saiyan 4 Blue evolution, and he wouldn't have actually noticed that Goku cannot achieve any higher form than his Universal Super Saiyan Blue 3, seeing as he was stuck at that level. Vegeta decided to practically explain to Goku about his tail and maybe try and help him master it. Goku has already mastered his tail, but he does not get control over the grade A form just yet. He can control it slightly, but not to a full extent. Eventually, they use a time chamber and train together. Vegeta is able to help Goku basically master his grade A state, and eventually, after mastering it, he's able to get much better control over it. Eventually, able to even get to his universal grade A form. With this form, he's incredibly strong and more powerful than ever before. With, of course, Vegeta being proud of Goku's progress and strength. And eventually, Goku achieves the next level of his evolution between his universal stages, with Vegeta smiling as he says to everyone that this is the next level that Goku is able to achieve. As Vegeta shouts, as Goku transforms fully, as Vegeta then proclaims that this is Universal Super Saiyan Blue 4, the strongest form that Goku has ever achieved to this point. Everyone was in shock as Goku's power was immense. They could not feel his ki because it was not overflowing like his Super Saiyan Blue 3. His Universal Super Saiyan Blue 3, but instead it was concealed, perfectly balanced, and his pressure was even stronger than that of Super Saiyan Blue 3 Universal stage. It wasn't shown by a power that Goku possesses right now, with Vegeta being smirking as he saw that power a long time ago in the Silent Time Chamber. If it wasn't trained with Goku by a time, he most likely would not be able to push Beerus as far as he did, because he knows that even with his Super Saiyan Blue 3 evolution, he most likely would not be able to practically push Beerus this far, and he actually heard from Whis that Beerus would most likely would have been trained because of Goku. Goku then would have extended his hand and power up a Ki Blast, shooting at Beerus. Beerus will try to dodge the attack, but it seems that the Ki Blast is too fast for Beerus to even react, as Ultra Instinct is barely able to even dodge it. Of course, Beerus tries to attack Goku, but Goku, being much stronger than Beerus, starts to overpower him and even Ultra Instinct itself, with the Ultra Instinct even putting up a barrier to protect Beerus, with Beerus being in shock because he knows that this barrier can only mean that Ultra Instinct cannot dodge Goku's attacks because either Goku is too strong for Ultra Instinct or he's too fast for it, or both. That's why Goku has become incredibly stronger. Of course, eventually Beerus would have been incredibly impressed by Goku's power and strength and potential. Goku is shown to be the strongest mortal and one of the most powerful fighters that Beerus has ever seen. Beerus has only been using this type of fusion against the Grand Priest himself, and he is able to beat them using 50% of his power. And this is before even Beerus and Whis trained together, so yeah. This is how strong the fusion is. Of course, I'm not saying that Beerus is as strong as the Grand Priest, but he's getting close to that level, just he's not there yet. Of course, the battle will be sensed by the Grand Priest, and he'll be impressed by Goku's power. The Grand Priest thinks of maybe teaching Goku the power that is next to his universal stages, because he knows of an ancient legend that was said that a Saiyan will be born with universal potential and will achieve the form that is beyond even the universe's laws. With this form, this Saiyan will control the laws of the universe, and he will be able to practically become the strongest being, even stronger than Zeno himself and anything beyond existence. But there are also with premonition of a dark variation, a dark version of him who will fight him for the rest of the eternity, with this cycle repeating itself as both of them will just recycle everything from their battle to eventually the same beginning of this Saiyan being born. And Goku is practically destined to find an evil version of himself or a powerful version who maybe uses powers for evil. Goku, of course, was able to defeat Beerus after a long time of battle. Goku would not have been exhausted due to his mastery or his transformation, and he was mostly able to beat Beerus, showing his superiority. Now, the Universe 6 versus Universe 7 tournament will most likely go as the original. It said that Goku and the others were easy able to defeat in Universe 6, showing their superiority, but eventually motivating them to train even harder. But little that Goku knew, as he actually motivated Zamasu to enact his Zero Moral plan much earlier on. But guys, this is the end of the sport. I'll see you guys in the next one. Sayonara.